Because they know how to aggravate. That's one thing. They know how to aggravate the hell out of you. Bring you back 15 times for nothing. Just because they know. Each one of those 15 times, if this individual's mindset isn't really where it is, then each one of those 15 times, the freaking post office made some fiat off you, right? The printer guy made some fiat off you. Everybody who you had to do anything with made some fiat off you. And then you're going to go to court and then they're going to, you know what I mean, railroad you again, make you pay again now. Right?
And then the other thing that they also have you on, which is if you miss any one of those events,
yeah,
then it's an additional charge called fail to appear.
Right. Which they're going to come get you now. Right. And try house you until the next court date and craziness like that. Another testimonial, Brother Devon L. I'll pass it to you.
This might be that one.
Islam Moors, this is Devon Robinson L. of Northwest Maxim. Last week, I was leaving the gym. I was pulled over by the policy enforcers. It was 3 cars full of them. As they approached the car, they asked me why didn't I stop immediately when I saw the lights come on, and then proceeded to ask me for a license and registration. I informed him that I did not need a license because I wasn't driving. I told him I was traveling upon the public roads. He then told me to get out of the car. I asked for what purpose, and then he threatened to tase me. Because he used threat, duress, and coercion, I exited my conveyance. While standing outside the conveyance, they kept questioning me. I informed them that driving is a commercial act and I wasn't engaged in commercial activity. They told me that more shit don't work and that driving was a privilege. I told them that according to the Supreme Court, Murdoch versus Penn, that no state can convert a liberty into a crime. No state can convert a liberty into a privilege, license it, and attach a fee to it. They then asked me what law school I went to. I laughed and said I didn't need to go to law school to know the law. They kept saying that driving was a privilege, so I asked what crime had I committed because there was no injured party. Now mind you, it's 6 of them and just me by myself. I remained calm and kept informing them of what the law was. I was never put in handcuffs, nor was I arrested. I exercised my rights and my nationality. This was my first time being tested and I could have easily succumbed to the pressure. So for people who will question what's the importance of proclaiming and declaring your nationality, this is an example. If I was Negro, Black, African American, etc., I would have issued him a driver's license. People say they want freedom but don't want to do what it takes to gain it. Islam to all active Moors who continue to assist in the upliftment of fallen humanity. Again, I will say, as the Prophet instructed us, study, study, study. Peace and love. And the last one was Wrong Way L again, justifying his why America's not Northwest Maxim.
Who's this? The same Lord Abba?
Yeah.
What's his name now? What's his name?
Way L.
Way L, right?
Yeah. Wrong. We call him Wrong Way L.
Wrong Way L, yeah.
Going backwards on a one way. America was connected to Africa hundreds of millions of years ago. Common sense tells us that being that the Prophet specifically references Amexem as Africa and never as the Americas, then we should stop saying that. I'm a Grand Sheikh fit that exact reason. Something that you are clearly lacking. So now again, so America was connected to Africa hundreds of millions of years ago, right? So because the Prophet didn't specifically reference America as a Mexum, then then it's not true, right? Now he did agree that America was connected to Africa hundreds of millions of years ago. He's agreeing with that. So if Noble Ali told the Moors, you are what your ancient forefathers were, without doubt or contradiction, that means that he's connecting us to our ancestors who were here millions of years ago. Now, Noble Ali never said that we were Aboriginal and Indigenous. He implied that in things that he said, but there's nowhere that in the literature where it says Noble Ali says that Moors are Aboriginal and Indigenous. That's something that Moors use their common sense because of things that he said and figured it out. So what's the difference? We're gonna agree that America and Africa were tied millions of years ago, right? Which means that it's the same thing today. Even though it was that millions of years ago, just like our foremothers and forefathers were a million of years ago, and we are them today still.
They are still the same.
Without doubt or contradiction. And again, it's to stress the point that, it's because of the sellout in the Moorish movement, we have become biased, where we only study from certain sources. If people want to go study some other source, that's up to them, that's their business. We are really not interested.
It's like the prophet said you lost your nationality in 1774. He didn't say how.
Right.
You just have to go and research, but what was going on then that caused that?
Right.
You just have to go find, it's a treaty. There was,
you got to do your studying.
Right? Same thing.
You got to do your studying and your researching, because that's when these things will start making sense. Just like what the brother's saying, I went to the bar with my fez on, and I just start wearing my fez now because every time I wear it, something goes down. That's just gonna make me be like, let me send Kudra an email and stuff so we can tell the Moors that this happened or whatever. All right, peace, bro.
Peace, bro.
Right?
Peace.
You know what I mean? So it's facts that we're dealing with. Even though Noble Ali didn't say it, the point of the matter is that it's researchable.
And this is why he said he can't tell us everything.
Because we fall back asleep. Right? So he just gave us some points of reference to lead us in a direction. And then it's for us to see the points, recognize that the points are being made, just like we were saying. He never said, we are indigenous, but he said we're from Missouri. Right? Well, who's he talking to? Because I'm from Missouri. What's he getting at by saying, Moors, you're from Missouri? Either all the Moors came from Missouri? No, that doesn't make sense. What's he saying? He's saying you're in your own land. You're from this side. Said, the Moorish movement shall not be, it is earnestly hoped that the Moorish movement will not be compared to any Back to Africa movement. And Moors are going to talk about go to the continent. What are you going to the continent for when Prophet said don't compare this to any Back to Africa stuff? Which is implying you don't need to go back there. Because you got pyramids here that you never seen yet. Forget about Giza Plateau and all that stuff. They got pyramids here that you haven't seen yet. Culture here that you haven't seen yet.
I've seen some.
Right? Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's about thinking for yourself, because we're in that age right now. We're in the age of knowing. But at the same time, we're in the age of dumb down. At the same time. So we have to maintain our level of knowing And that's only gonna come with us, you know what I mean, doing what we're doing, coming together, putting our minds together, putting our books together, and broadening our perspective. So that was it for questions. I don't know if is there any more questions, comments, or anything like that? You got anything to put out? Or what about the events coming up? Just gonna put those out.
So we've got a summer solstice event, which is coming up on the 19th of June, which is the closest date to the solstice, which will be the 21st. It's going to be out in Hamilton. It's a walk that we had planned. We went out there for the Springing Forward event, which was out in Hamilton. It's a place called Websters Falls. Details will be forthcoming. So there seems to be an area where they say Hamilton, some of the Moors who lived out there say Hamilton is has the most waterfalls in all of North America. Which when you do some of the knowledge, you realize probably there's, because we're connecting with Hamilton, it's really got to be connected with us.
Yeah.
Because Hamilton didn't create any of these waterfalls. But there happens to be this walk there that takes about an hour. So I figured it would be, because within us here in Canaanland, starting to create more events for Moors to come together outside of this classroom venue, just sort of being structured like this, where we can sort of get together and socialize and also sort of be involved in sort of stuff that we as Moors would be doing. So there's a walk there, there will be food, and we hope everyone attends. We also have a barbecue coming up in the last month, in the month of August. Details will be forthcoming with that. And that's it for now.
All right.
What date is that you said?
There's one in June 19th, which is the closest Sunday to the summer solstice. And then we've got the barbecue in August, either August 21st or August 27th. Yeah.
All right. So
I remember we have a date for the 23rd of June for feeding
another date. I'm not sure. You have to write that one down here. That's what they told you, that there's gonna be one, or you heard that one?
I heard that, so.
Yeah?
Okay.
No.
23rd of June, 4 p.m. Something
23rd of June now.
Yeah.
The only one was the one last week. Yeah.
I think you mixing it up because last week would have been the 23rd.
Well, that was last week. Oh, right.
Yeah, I think you mixed it up.
Yeah. Oh yeah, shit. It's done. Any question?
Yes.
Sure.
For example, what is the difference between the original card from here and the...
What you get from
Yes.
Canada or whatever?
Yes. I want to
what-
be sure because I don't want to be in trouble.
Yeah.
Sure.
Right. Well, what the first thing that you have to understand is that Canada is actually a business. It's not a country.
Yeah.
So if you get things from them, you're getting it from a business. You're not getting it from a country. So it's just like if McDonald's gives you a visa, you're gonna take it serious? McDonald's
Yes, sorry.
restaurant?
Yeah.
If they give you passport, are you gonna say, oh yeah, I have a passport for Canada?
No.
How come?
McDonald's, because it's only for a store, McDonald's.
All right, exact same thing with Canada. Exact same thing. All of the people have been tricked to think that is government when it's a business. Just like McDonald's, Burger King, Pepsi, Coke, it's just a business.
But the part that makes it unique is the fact that, like McDonald's, if they had a set of guards there with guns,
Yeah, you would probably.
who were telling you
Yeah.
to take this passport or whatever.
You would probably take the
But
passport.
not only that, to back that up, if you then from school, if you went to their schools, the McDonald's School of Learning, and McDonald's School of Learning was telling you all this stuff about McDonald's, that's the next part of it that you have to understand, that there's a whole process behind this that has everyone convinced. When you go